I said, can we kneel during the national anthem?
They're kneeling.
These girls, they become like my sisters.
We were all like, okay, we're gonna be in this together, we're all gonna do it.
Off that leg. They're gonna kneel like that, elbow.
Some people thought it was disrespectful.
I think that our story is something that's kind of amazing.
Norman, Oklahoma, a city of 125,000 people. Known as home to the University of Oklahoma, it's a college town. But Norman was once also known as a sundown town. Before 1967, African Americans were not allowed within the city limits after the sun went down, essentially keeping Norman a whites-only city. Today, like many cities across America, race and its relationship with Norman remains complicated.
The solution to race is not just a matter of a quote that's quite popular in Oklahoma, which is get over it. I'm not coming to you to defend the haves or the have-nots. I'm coming to you to represent the Word of God.
Dr. Clarence Hill is a pastor in Norman and leads a church that's roughly 80% white.
Because the race conversation is so big, a lot of people just want it to go away, but it's not going to go away without us being able to recognize what can I personally do to be a part of this change.
Enter the Norman High School girls basketball team.
I always let the girls tell me exactly what they want to do whenever it comes to their goals.
To win a state championship. That was the bottom line. That was a goal for everything.
The Lady Tigers' path to a championship would take an unexpected detour. Social justice movements were taking hold across the country.
What do we want?
Prominent athletes and teams taking a knee during the national anthem as an act of solidarity. Back in Oklahoma, the Norman High School girls were taking notice.
We wanted to use our voices in the platform we had, and it's not just Black Lives Matter. That was a big part of it. It was also everything. Women, women rights, everything.
So in mid-January, as tip-off approached for an early season game, Micah Perry and Shantae Embry gathered their teammates and suggested they all kneel during the national anthem.
We just wanted to bring awareness to the fact that racial injustice, social injustice, police brutality is still happening. Racism is still happening.
All the girls agreed to join in. Everyone would kneel. One voice, one team.
We're a family, and we were all aboard, especially everything that was happening in the summer with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, and the only thing we needed was Coach Neal's approval.
My only job is to support my girls, and so when they decided that they wanted to kneel, I was right there with them.
The reaction to the girls kneeling was mixed. There were social media posts supporting the girls, but others were harshly critical, calling the girls ignorant cowards, saying they all should be expelled, and stand up and respect your country.
We're not kneeling because we don't respect this country or we disrespect the flag. We're kneeling because we want justice for Black people, women's rights. We just want equality for everybody.
We're doing what we believe is right, and it has nothing to do with patriotism, the flag, nothing like that.
Did you ever think, well, maybe we shouldn't be doing this?
No, I was absolutely behind what we were doing.
On March 11th, the Lady Tigers traveled 100 miles north to Sapulpa, Oklahoma, for their state playoff game versus Midwest City. The game was streaming live online.
We will be right back here live after the national anthem, ladies and gentlemen.
As the anthem began, play-by-play announcer Matt Rowan was unaware his microphone was still on.
They're kneeling. I hope Norman gets their ass kicked. Man, I hope they lose. Come on, Midwest City. They're gonna kneel like that? Hell no.
The Norman girls beat Midwest City, but had no knowledge of the racist comments till after the game.
An announcer called us effing N-words. It was just crazy to think that happened. I mean, we're still doing this to this day and age, 2021.
We were kind of in shock about it, we wouldn't expect that to happen to us.
The racist words of broadcaster Matt Rowan
used the N-word in reference to those plays.
Suddenly, the girls were thrust into a national spotlight.
Back now with a high school basketball announcer caught on a hot mic using racial slurs against a girls' basketball team.
I don't know how we got through it. I just know that we were supposed to get through it.
Matt Rowan was pulled from calling any more games. But meanwhile, Norman still had a semifinal game against Tulsa Union the next day.
I think an amazing thing happened. Us and Tulsa Union came in unity and we both kneeled together.
We didn't ask for them to do that. And I think that it was so brave of them. Seeing the support from them, it was just an amazing feeling, especially hearing that man say that. And then now you have two teams doing it.
It goes to show that, the sport is more about the love and togetherness that we were supposed to have as a society. And when we saw that, I was like, man, that was pretty neat.
Norman would defeat Tulsa Union and advance to the state final. There, they would cap a perfect 19-0 season with one more win and an Oklahoma State championship.
We had one goal this whole season. Nothing was going to change that goal. Nothing was going to stop us from getting there, even though that had happened.
The only way you're gonna win is if your team is together. You're not gonna win if your team's separated. And although what that man was trying to do was separate us, we didn't let it separate us.
Those kids shouldn't have to kneel. Those kids shouldn't even have to think about it, because we've had 50 years since Martin Luther King shared his dream to have these conversations and to change the narrative. And we're responding at a snail's pace because people are responding only when they get caught.
I really think our generation is coming up and changing the world and how the world sees each other.
I hope people understand that racism is still a thing and it's still around. And so our story, we hope that it makes an impact on other people, and I hope people educate themselves about why kneeling is okay and why people do it.